Hi everyone, welcome to our live stream for female founder competition, counting down to Saturday, our female founder competition. So I am the co-founder of Female Founder Competition, and with me is my beautiful co-founder Andrea. So welcome.
Hi everyone. Hi, so nice to see you. We have so exciting news to share with you, and this is like the real comebacks. This already is Thursday, and tomorrow Friday and Saturday the competition is here. And today we will go through many things, the last tips and everything, how you can watch the competition, who are the shortlisted candidates, and we also have someone here in the studio coming very soon who will be giving basically startups and people who want to pitch some tips before the competition, what they can do and how to prepare for the big day. So very excited here with Kenneth. This is the first time, as you know, that we are doing this together, and I'm just excited. Super nice experience until now. The mentorship, the sessions, all the participants were so committed, and we are really thankful, first of all, for all the people who joined in, all the people who made the effort to register and to come into the mentorship. And this is a competition, so of course there is a short list, but we are congratulating everyone who showed up, who were there and practiced, because that will stay with you. It's not for us, it's for you to grow. And we are hoping that you will be here also next year if you haven't been selected for this round, because next year we will be here again and bringing more and more people into this safe space to pitch. Kenneth, what's next? Let's start.
Okay, so today, like what Andrea mentioned, right, we have someone very special. She is one of our judges that will be judging the female founders this coming Saturday at our female founder competition. And for her, why did we invited her to be one of our judges? Because for her, she has been running the final pitch, which is a TV reality show where startups goes to pitch to all these investors, or they call it them the sharks, and they have been running for 9 seasons. So when I first met her, together with her husband, I was so intrigued and so curious. Reach out to her, and when reach out to her and share with her that we are going to run this female founder competition, and to our honor, right? She really very passionate and say yes, and she want to come on board to be one of the judges. She's also one of our community partners and also media partner. And when she share with her community, we can see a lot of applicants is coming from her past cohort of her past season. She is uh, the executive producer of the final pitch. So without further ado, let us welcome Monica. Welcome, Monica.
Hello, hi, good morning, everybody.
Hi, Monica. So nice to see you here this morning, Thursday morning, with us in the studio, and we are super excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Andrea and Kenneth.
Yeah. So, Monica, maybe for those who are seeing you for the first time, right? Maybe you can do a short introduction about yourself, and why do you start the final pitch with your husband, and at the same time also share with us why are you excited to be a part of the female founder competition, and then from there we will just have some questions for you, make it as a conversation, and at the same time also we will move into you sharing with us the best practices and also the tips for female founders entering to the pitching contest, what they need to do. So maybe start with you introducing yourself, a quick one.
Yes, thank you, Kenneth. Hi, everybody. As mentioned, I am Monica Aguilar. I am the co-executive producer and chief optimization officer of The Final Pitch. The Final Pitch is a business reality television show here in the Philippines, and we air on CNN. And this is loosely based on Shark Tank, basically. And we have been running since 2017. As Ken mentioned, we've been around since for 9 seasons, and as we speak, we're preparing for the 10th season already. for next year, we're also planning to bring the final pitch to Singapore.
Yeah.
So that's the big plan that we have for next year. Um, I have been in marketing for a long time and business development. Been in different industries as well, but mainly real estate, agri-biotech, and well, now TV production. And I'm excited to be here and become part of Female Founders Competition as one of the juries here. And the reason why I said yes right away to Kenneth is because number one, it's about business and entrepreneurship. Number two, and I think really I want to rally behind female founders. There are a lot of female founders there. It's not as if it's tilted towards male all the time, except that there is no real platform. You know how females are. We tend to be just hovering in the sidelines. And this is an opportunity to be able to present female founders and highlight female founders. And yeah, just leveling off the playing field for the startups and the entrepreneurs out there.
Wow, thank you so much. And when you say yes, right, and having your past cohort, past founders joining us. In fact, a lot of the applicants are coming from Philippines, and from a lot of them are from your referrals. They have, because you are part of it, you shared with them, and a lot of them are coming on board. I would say the quality that you guys have mentored them for the past few seasons, right? They are really there. It's just that, like you mentioned, right, we should spotlight more of the female founders. And when Andrea and I, right, we came across this concept from one of our working partner, which is Tamesh Miller, who is the co-founder of Women Startup Competition that started 9 years ago, 10 years ago. And imagine, in Europe, he has been doing this for 9 years, 10 years, almost a decade. It shows that there's still a huge gap that is happening around the world. And when we look into Asia, right, both of us recognize that there's also a need
Mm-hmm.
for us to really spotlight on the female founders, like you mentioned, right? And that is also the reason why you guys have been doing it for 9 seasons, coming to the 10th season in Philippines, just Philippines itself. So we see the potential, and when we come together for this collaboration and having you guys as a media partner, I think this also helped to bring up the awareness, right, for the Asian, the female founder in the Asia region, especially now this year we are starting from Southeast Asia. So thank you for being a part of this, and also being a strong advocate for female founder, because you yourself, you are also a female founder for your own company, for your own startup. And I believe with your experience, right, with past 9 seasons, coming 10 seasons, working with so many startup, right, I think you are one of the best choice for us to invite as one of our judges,
Thank
and
you.
also representing Southeast Asia, and slowly next year we moving to into Asia. So Andrea, you have any questions that you want to ask Monica? Maybe to bring up some inspiration, and some question that you have in mind for her.
Well, I have a big question, but before I get there, I just want to remind the audience and thank you, Irina, for watching and supporting us. I just wanted to say that stick around, because after this conversation and the tips, we will be announcing the 15 finalists and
Finally,
shortlisted startups. So please stick around and listen to the value. And after that, we will have the big announcement. So Monica, the biggest question for me, because I'm always very interested, like Kenneth now and me, we are working together as female and male, and we are working together as different, coming from different, totally different part of the world, right?
Yes.
So for you, doing this with your husband, I guess it has been like, I like the honest picture. I guess it has been not always rosy and pinky, and you had your arguments and you had your things that you agree and disagree. So a little bit give us the real picture of working together in a diverse startup. How does it look like, and how do you feel, and how do you balance it out?
So the having to work with a diverse set of startups, it's very interesting. It is a learning experience for me as much as it is for the entrepreneurs, that's for sure. And the opportunity to be able to sit down with our investor panels season after season is also a lot to desire for, because there's a lot of things that we can learn also from these top CEOs that we have invited to become part of the show. The diversity is very interesting. There are a lot of different kinds of entrepreneurs, from a tech play to a brick and mortar kind of businesses. And it's very interesting how ideas are used. You know, the typical story, ideas are spurred from the backyard or the garage, and it's very typical, really, from conversations over cocktails and beers, and it's very interesting how they're able to grow and build on the idea that they have initially had into an actual business with proper revenue. And I also find it very interesting how a lot of the entrepreneurs come on board the show who are have very open minds, that they're really willing to learn and also be mentored by the panel of mentors that we've invited to become part of the show as well. So, yeah, very interesting. And for me, it is a learning experience as well that I also like to embark with each and every season's set of entrepreneurs.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I think that's something very interesting, like how you balance it out and how you also, like, through the show, are empowering diverse companies and diverse entities, and even like you and your partner going to the board and getting through decisions and trying to fight for what you want to see in the show and how you want to continue. I think that must be also a very interesting way and journey that you are on.
Well, working with your spouse is an interesting journey in and of itself. It's it's a challenge as much as it is a gift and a blessing. The good thing is we've been working together since 2019, so that's quite a while. Since 2009, sorry. So it's quite
Wow.
a while back, and it takes a lot of practice, and really, it really just have to communicate all the time. It's like any relationship,
Yep.
really. Just keep on communicating and being able to be in a position wherein we have to make the difficult conversations, even if we're spouses, because that's just the way it is. You will have a difficult conversation with your co founder also,
Yep.
right? Except that there's a little bit of tricky part because we're also spouses. But at the end of the day, who am I going to have the difficult conversations with, right? So,
Love it, love it. And I think the last one before I give Kenneth the question, you can also ask. I'm just so interested in this part because how do you? I think it's very useful to share this with the other startups who are working with similar ratio of ownership. How do you balance and how do you switch from business to personal life? Because we have contestants, even in the finalist list, who are working with their spouses and with their companions, life companions. So how do you yourself separate, okay, now I'm putting down the office, I'm closing the door, but you are working from home. So how do you, like, okay, this is the borderline living room, we don't talk about business. So how do you do that?
okay, very tricky. For us, we don't have really set of rules. I think we have morning coffee. That's like our thing, and it's our quiet time. We do avoid as much as possible talking about work at 6:30 in the morning because it's six
Mm.
thirty in the morning. so um so in the morning it's like almost like very sacred. That's what we keep away from work conversations. Around we usually have around 7 in the morning to around maybe 8:30, and then we get ready for work, which is most of the time working from home. I have my own space, and this is my own little office that I have. And so this is
Mm.
my office. And then John has his own space as well, that he takes up in the house, and that's his office. So it's that kind of separation. So we don't have one office and then the two of us like
Mm.
together. So that also allows us for like he can do his own thing and I can do my own thing. Um, to as much as possible, I stop, like I turn off at by dinner time. I'm just off. I don't really talk about work. He can talk to me about work and I'm fine. I'll answer. I'll update him if he needs an update. But anything coming from me, I don't. And then in terms of ownership and who makes the final decision, because we don't really agree all the time. Um, and it happens to all co-founders anyway, right? That you don't agree all the
Mhm.
time. But for me, the box will have to stop with John, and it makes it easier. Like, so if we really don't agree on something, I will have to take a step back and say, well, the box will stop with you anyway. So then you make that decision, even if I don't totally agree. So we're there. And it just, for me, it's easier that way. I guess because I grew up in a patriarchy environment, much like a lot of people also. But it works well for me. I don't have ill feelings about it. I mean, okay, fine, that's not true. I do have ill feelings about it sometimes, especially if I'm very passionate on a decision that I want to stick with. But I just have to, it's a self talk, it's a psychology thing. So I deal with it on my own. I already said yes. I'll deal with my own ill feelings about it and just move on from there. And that's really how it is.
Well, thank you so much for sharing so honestly. I think this is what can really help other co-founders to find their balance and to take some tips that they can try. And maybe this compromise is just something that is not keeping the startup stuck, but it's giving the flow. So you say sometimes, okay, that is your space. We stop here. And sometimes, maybe after a while, even your co founder will do the same and respect you and say, okay, that's your space. You want this, and let's do it. So, thank you so much for being so honest. So, Kenneth, back to you.
Okay. I think to keep us going, right, and we talk about diverse startup, talking about how to balance, how to work with your co-founders, and like what Andrea mentioned, some of the female founders, right, or the startup, right, they comes with like a few co-founders within the family. I think you have shared with them how to balance and how to set space, when it's personal, when to shut off, when to turn off, and also who to let who to be the last person to decide to make the final decision. I think that is a crucial stuff, because in a family, right, sometimes all these tough decision has to be made. Someone has to
Mhm.
still lead the troop, right? So having said that, right, because for us, right, although we say that it's a female founder competition, we invite diverse startup with at least 50% female founders. But from your own experience, and also maybe from you running so many seasons, 9 seasons, coming 10 seasons of your final pitch, right? What would you say are the challenges for female founders? Like for you personally, right, in your final pitch, what is the percentage of female founder, or even having a female founder to pitch? What is that percentage? And if let's say is not is could it be one of the challenges? And what are the challenges do you foresee, right, for female founders, right, to be pitching to investors, like what we are doing now as a pitching contest, to really spotlight them, to give them opportunity, to give them mentorship, for them to have the resources, the support. So what are the things that you see that is challenging, and what we can do more to support female founders in this region, if it's not there's not a lot of female founders going on pitching? So what would be your take on that?
Okay. For the final pitch, we have had 9 seasons. No, at the beginning, maybe first 2 seasons, the startup founders that will come on board or apply would be tilted towards the male for sure. We had very small percentage of female founders applying. And then it just grew and grew from there. So now I think we're 50-50 almost,
Mm, nice.
female founders who are also applying. Um, the I think the basic challenge is really a psychology thing for women. I feel like we don't automatically feel like it's a safe space for us to
Mm,
engage with other startup founders, and because of all the studies that we have read about female founders and that how little we get investment, like I think less than 2%, if I'm not mistaken.
mm,
Anyway, it's a small number. Sorry, please don't quote me on that. I may be wrong, but
yeah.
the very small percentage of female founders get an investment, and all of these information does not help us either, right?
Yep.
Because then it plays into our psychology as female founders, like, are we good enough? Maybe this is good enough, and what is good enough? Because uh so then that plays a role in our psychology. So I think number one is really the greatest challenge is our own psychology as female
Mm.
founders. Really, why don't we have the same confidence as male founders? And stop reading about percentage. That's low. Just read about successful female founders.
Yep. Yeah, like you, right?
Or read about founders, successful founders, and how you can emulate their the way they run their businesses, the mindset, and those things. So I think that will be really one of the biggest challenges. Is really the psychology. Um, yeah, I think that's one of the greatest challenges, and
Mm.
we need to be able to focus, especially here in Southeast Asia, because we have centuries and centuries of patriarchy that has been engraved in our minds. And so we also, so again, it's psychology, right? So
Mm. And culture, right?
yeah, and why don't you read up on how female founders are more successful, really, except
Yep.
that they're lower in number, but they're really more successful. Or how there are also a lot of founders, or a lot of companies that are more successful because they have female executives,
Yep.
or C-suite, in their C-suite lineup, they have more female. So so there is also a reason for that, and let's take that information and make us a better female founders.
Wow. Well, I think you really knew it, because that is also my own feelings about it, and resonated a lot, because when you talk about, it's like when you look at all the startup news, it's always talking about that 4% or 5%, like it's always single digit, right? And it kind of psychologically directed people to focus on that one digit, and they get frustrated, right? And that is what I see a lot of female founders on LinkedIn. They've been sharing. They say, "Oh, why are this and that?" But the thing is, like what you mentioned, right? Why are we focusing on the small number? Why not we focus on the people, on how we can increase the numbers, right? Because nevertheless, the startup scene is still largely dominated by male founders. But having said that, right, because year to year, right, the startup scene is also increasing. There are more and more startup into the scene, especially this year with AI coming in. A lot of AI companies, AI startup is coming in. So at the same time, when women already had ran so much, right, there's a lot of female founders on board, right? But because of the overall, is still at a very small percentage. So I totally agree with you that we should not focus on the percentage, but we should focus on the successful female founder, which is not really being spotlighted, right? And then that is also one of our objectives, to really spotlight the female founders, to have a platform for them to pitch, for them to get resources being supported. I think the psychology part is very very important, and you just totally nail it. And it's also extremely important, right, for us to understand, especially in Asia, right? You mentioned it's hugely dominated, and also for centuries, right? Like in our parents era, or even our grandparents era, right, women doesn't have a lot of resources, does not have education, does not have a lot of stuff, right? But now, because of the digitization, the digital economy, and now with a lot of other technology coming in with AI, and more female founders, or female president, female CEO are all stepping up. I think we need all these trailblazers, women trailblazers, to really lead, and we need more of this female founder or women competition, women startup competition, to have more people that's advocating and spotlighting women founders, women entrepreneurs like you, and really to bring that out. I think media part, and advocating, promoting, I think that's the most important part, to really change their psychology, so that all these female founders, right, they have a role model like you, and many of our female founders that will be pitching, right, this Saturday. Okay, so Andrea, shall we move into announcing the finalists?
Yeah, I think I just wanted to say again, I was managing the viewership on the live, so that at the same time while you are sharing information, we had Jarvis, we had Irina. Thank you so much for joining us, and for all the people who are joining the live stream and watching this later. Please look at it, and if you find it interesting and intriguing, then join us on Saturday and support the female founders while they will be pitching live. We are really, really happy to have you there. And you can go to YouTube and we will stream to YouTube. Basically, there will be the competition. If you sign up on our page, you will be notified how it will be happening. So super excited. Thank you so much, Monica, for sharing about your experience and everything around the diversity and how to work together and what female founders can do better. You know me, I'm like all in for inclusion, and I am the one who is against labels. And I feel that the way how you expressed and the way how you are working and supporting, it's exactly going that way, that it's rather uniting the two parties, the female and the male, or other parties, and not separating. And I think that's the main thing, the most important thing, to encourage these conversations so that the both parties get the information. And then, as you said, communication, right, that comes forward. And the most important thing is tell it if you don't like it, because you work together. If you never say it, it will burst out and the whole business will just go and bust because you never said it, because it comes up as an argument instead of a brainstorming or a share. So love the points, Monica. So I think, Kenneth, we are so excited. Monica was giving amazing tips for all the founders to get ready, to be a bit better, to just breathe, and it's okay. It's like a normal relationship. So let's go and announce. I'm so excited. We had so many people who wanted to participate in this competition. But at the end, I think this is the last thing that I will say. I'm an action-oriented person, and Kenneth is the same. So we say something, we talk about it, and the next day we do it.
Yeah.
And I think that is somehow differentiating someone who is trying to make it or someone who will make it. So we had almost around 50 people signing up for the competition, and this is the honest picture for you to grow. Anyone who is watching, from the 50 people, around I think 25 has been showing up and registering on a platform where we will be running the competition. So that already shows the picture that, okay, you have people who are interested, and there are people who are really making and walking the talk and doing the stuff. And from that 25, we had 21 who filled out the pitch decks, who showed up at the mentorship, who were really asking questions, and they were the pool of very interesting and very motivated startups. And this is the difference, because to be a startup, to bootstrap, to do all this, what female founders or other startups are doing, you really need to be there, to show up, not for us, not for Monica, not for Kenneth, for yourself. Because when you show up, you will get there. If you don't show up, you just have the thought, but you don't follow up and you don't finish, you don't have the chance to make it happen and to get into the finalists. So this is just a very short tip for me to grow. And next time, if you come next year, I'm looking forward to see all the 50 people who signed up for the competition actually having a fill out pitch deck and getting the chance to be in the list of finalists. So Here we go, Kenneth.
Yeah, I think adding on to what Andrea mentioned, right? This is our first time running this together, and we reach out to our community partners. I also want to say a big thank you to community partners for sharing and to their communities or startup founders. And what Andrea mentioned, the key thing, right, is to take action. Like we have all these 50. Half of them are not responding at all, although they have registered. They are not taking action. They are not doing anything. They are not responding to our emails. This is also to prepare for those aspiring entrepreneurs, right? Aspiring female founders. You may be interested in something, but your attitude, right, determine everything. Right, so the 25 of them, we really appreciate them, really say a big thank you to them, but definitely some of them really need a lot of support, a lot of guidance, and that's why we are here to do that. And choosing these 15 finalists, right, it was a I would say a
Hard.
lot of brain cells has have been burned between me, Andrea, and Tamesh. Tamesh is basically our working partners from Women Startup Competition. He has done it for 9 years, and we are using Posy, which is our the platform, the ecosystem, the startup ecosystem where startup founders, mentors, investors can network, can share ideas, can connect. So that's where when we were going through, right, Tamesh was there to guide us to really select this 15 finalists. We have consulted him on this female 15 finalists, and I'm so happy that we have them because also have a session where they practice their pre-pitch, right? That means a pre-pitch session, and we were amazed the quality of their pitches, and that's where these 15 of them are really shine through, and we have selected them. So let me just pull up the screen.
Get
Yeah.
the fanfare.
Okay, let me just make sure. Okay. So these are the 15 finalists. So we are very happy, and also and Andrea, do you want
Yeah,
to
I
go?
think we can read all of the three of us one, and then we will do like starting with you, and then we read after each other. With even with Monica,
Okay. So
going top to bottom.
okay, so congratulations, Serial Care, School Tech by Adfolio, Soil of Life, What is Your Fang, and Adult Education Management System.
Yes, thank you, and congratulations for Mike Osortia, Mike Artero, No Limba, Picturesque, and Shrub Finance,
Monica?
and Monica.
We have GreenFi, I Am Sustainable Studio, Interact, Lingo AI, and Mommy Key, the Super Pet app.
Yeah.
Yay!
Congratulations!
Congratulations for all of you. Hope you are excited and happy. And it was a hard selection. It was really hard. And we know that you all of the 25 people who have been posting ideas and who have been posting their startups have had a long time and preparation, and then you showed up in the mentoring. We are super grateful, but at the end we have to choose, and this was the thing that we went through every deck. We checked all the criteria that we shared with you before for how we evaluate the startups at this competition. We checked also how you filled out your decks. We also checked whether you are relevant for this region. So suddenly we couldn't work with people who are from other regions, but we will be happy to seeing you in the European part. If you have been from France or from Italy, there will be a chance for you to go there because we are showcasing now Southeast Asian startups. And yeah, how you filled out your decks and how you made your business basically clear to us, how you attached your links, your pitch deck, PowerPoints, everything was counting in. And also how you showed up at the mentoring, because we are really wanting to see that you want to make this happen, that you are someone who will go after those investors and you will get them, because that's not an easy way, not an easy journey, but a beautiful journey to be a startup. So we are congratulating to everyone, and I know that Monica has to go, so I think after sharing this, Kenneth, we can let Monica go and see her again on Saturday for the judging competition.
Yeah, I think before we let her go, maybe Monica can share with us what are the best practices for all these 15 finalists, right? Before this Saturday, what would you advise them? What
Yeah,
are the
maybe
best
three
practices?
tips or the main three tips that they can be prepared for Saturday.
All right. So number one, I would want to see your North Star. Why are you doing this business? If your North Star is clear, everything else will fall into place. Your roadmap will be clear. Your finances and where you allocate finances will be clear also. So check your North Star and be true and authentic to your North Star. Number two, finances. It should be easy for female founders because we're very detailed oriented. So finances has to be clear also. And number three, be confident. you've been there. You've been selected for a reason. So be confident.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. And I think the female founders, the finalists, right, they will be listening to this and also getting prepared for this Saturday for the live pitching. Thank you once again, Monica,
Thank
for joining us.
you.
So let me just bring all of us back onto the screen. Okay, yeah. So once again, thanks, Monica, for joining us and share all these beautiful best practices, your experience working in a diverse startup like yours with you and your husband John, and also share with us what has the past season you have gained, your insights, and what is the industry moving forward. And I think it's good to hear from you that even for the final pitch now, you guys have like 50% founders that are female. And I think that you guys are a very good media partner, working partners. I think looking forward even for next year, I think
For
we will
sure.
be able to get more diverse startup with at least 50% female founder to come on board to pitch to change the psychology part, right? That we should focus on spotlighting female founders. So once again, thank you, Monica, and
You
we will see
also.
you this Saturday.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you very much. Take care, you guys.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye
Bye.
bye. Okay.
And here
So
we
we
go. So the next part is just a few tips for you guys how we will run the competition. So I think that's the next step, Kenneth. I will just share a little bit, and you can add your part. So basically, we will start at 4 p.m. Singapore time, and everyone will be tuning in to watch. The live show will be on YouTube, and we will be streaming there. The links will be revealed to everyone via email, even the audience. So if you have signed up for audience, then you will be receiving the YouTube link very, very soon, and there you can watch. And very important, just subscribe and set the notifications so that you will be notified every time when we are going live. For the participants, you know that we will be also notifying you again in a separate individual email. And even those who haven't been selected, you can come and watch us on YouTube and support the other participants. I think they will all appreciate it. And you can learn so much from those things and think, okay, what was missing? Some kind of a self-reflection, a honest self-reflection. Why can it be that you haven't been selected? And what can you do better? And what did you already do very, very well? So make kind of like a tick list while you are watching this live show. And then for the competitors, back to them, the 15 finalists, we will put you in 3 different sections, and it will be 5 by 5, starting from 4 p.m. We will listen to your pitches for the first 5 finalists, and then we will have a little break where we will explain a little bit more about the competition and what will be happening, how did we select, and so a little bit of updates. After the first 5 competitors have been doing their pitches and the judges did their evaluation, 2 minutes pitch and 4 minutes Q&A, then we will bring up the next 5 and so on. We will have 3 sections, altogether 15 finalists. And then 7 p.m. We go to a separate link. So this time we will meet all together in a grand Zoom room. The grand big Zoom room, celebration room of the Female Founders Competition 2023 Southeast Asia. And with the judges in the little break that we had between the third section and the main part, we will be together figuring out who are the winners. And we will be announcing it in this Zoom room from 7 p.m. So you will receive these links. For the participants who have been selected, you will receive 2 links. One link will be your unique link that will make you able to log into the studio for your pitch. That will be restreamed, and we will meet there. And then the second one, it will be a Zoom link, and then that will be the 7 p.m. announcement of the winners. So make sure you have both, save it for yourself, and then you can show up. But the viewers and the audiences, you can just set notifications on YouTube, because everything will be streamed there. And I think the last thing that I just want to share with you after all these all these processes and the agenda that I shared with you is that please share the stream, share the pitching competition and the link on your own social media, because this will help so many people and so many startups, not just female founders, but any startups, because you will see how now these companies, these startups are pitching with the judges, how they are evaluating, and it's a very open, safe space, and you can learn so much. So that's my only ask for you, that if you see that there's someone who may need to see this, who may be empowered by this, seeing us and the competitors, then please share it. And then I'm back to Kenneth to share anything else that I missed.
Yeah, I think like what Andrea mentioned, it's important for us to really share this with more female founders. If you know of any aspiring female founders, or they are already in their business, they have fantastic idea, they are trying to raise fund and all that, and they need support, mentorship, and guidance. So do share whatever link that is associated to the female founder competition, and at the same time also the live pitching. So for the audience who already sign up through our event page, you can also receive it and share. And at the same time, we also want to shout out to all the aspiring female founders. You may have missed this 2023, but get ready for 2024, and we have something in place for you. For those who are interested, we are preparing something. So there will be we will be releasing out the news towards the end of the live pitching this Saturday. So just stay tuned. And also for those who are interested, right, in getting onto learning how to be on a startup, right, this will be a great opportunity for you to see how people pitch, because our female founders, right, will be taking 2 minutes to pitch, and then we will have 4 minutes for the judges to ask questions. So you will be able to see it's possible that you can pitch your great business idea, your great startup idea within that 2 minutes, because we have seen people done it, and it's a very good practice. It's a very good testimony to tell the female founders that you can do it too. Like what Monica has shared is about the psychology part, because if you have not seen someone that has done it, you will not believe that you can do it. If there is more than one people that is doing it, or more than one female founder that has done it, you will have the greatest confidence to know that you can do it too, and you can be like them, right? So I think this is a great opportunity. We are very happy, both Andrea and I, we are very happy that this is the first time we are doing. We have received more than what we expected on the application, and with our partners continuously moving forward to next year. This is just the beginning, right? Any one of you who are joining in, you did not get selected, this is just the beginning, because the entrepreneurship journey or the startup journey is a marathon, and this is just a part of it. If you already been running your business for a while, this is just a portion of it for you to go up to the next level and get better and better. And hopefully we will see the percentage of female founders being funded from a single digit to a double digit, and in future we will see more role models, more female founders that will be stepping up. So I'm very happy together with Andrea to really showcase this and kickstart with this. We have received a lot of I would say overwhelming support. They say that we should be doing this, and we have done a good job. This is not for everyone, but for female founders that you need resources, you need help, you need mentorship, and you need a safe space for you to practice, like what Monica mentioned. They have to feel safe. If you feel that this is a good place for you, a safe space for you to be nurtured, and also gain the support. We have our mentors, our judges. They are like both of us, right? We are very nurturing. We want to support. We want to mentor. We took out our time, and we hope that this movement, this initiative will continue for years, like how Monica has done it, like how Tamesh over at Europe Women Startup Competition have been running almost a decade. So we hope that we could bring this into Asia, and start to grow the Asia female founders community from here. So any last word from you, Andrea, before we wrap
Yeah,
up?
I think we have just one more thing to emphasize on it, that the pozi.io, so it's pozi.io, platform and website and community platform. It's something that for all the competitors who have been participating this year but haven't been selected, please don't just go away and never return back to this platform, because the platform is exactly for showcasing your startup. So even if you haven't been selected this year, on the posi.io platform, there are investors, mentors, there are other people who are searching for business partners. So if you keep updating your deck and your ideas and you post there, you can test the idea first case. So all of those who haven't been selected because they only had ideas, you can develop your idea until the next year and put up your startup deck and then apply for other competitions, because this is something that you have to understand. The platform is there forever, the community is there forever, and this is a good help to showcase and start to get feedback about your idea, about your startup, about anything what you do, whether it's a good thing to go on with. I think that's a hard part of entrepreneurship, to first just to work. Many of us just work on our own for years and years and years without telling it to anyone. And I think that's a big mistake. I learned it on my own skin, because when you don't tell it, no one will tell you whether you are on a good way or not. You are working around, you don't get feedback. So maybe your idea is very beautiful for you, but it's not seeked on the market. So it's really good to put it out there, even if it's just an idea, and ask your friends, your connections, your anyone who you know, and even on Posi, you can ask the people to get comment on it, and rate the idea, or just ask for business partners. So that's something interesting and something to keep in mind. I think we are looking forward to see the competition itself. We are looking forward to work with other incubators, with any partners who would like to jump and be in this list of partners next year. We are going bigger. We are going APAC. This is a big thing for us too, because we had a lot of requests from other countries in Asia Pacific. So we decided that next year we will extend the invitation. So if you know anyone from APAC and who would like to contribute, who would like to partner up or sponsor or just be part of this initiative, let us know, even as media partners reaching a wider range in APAC. And yes, that's it. Congratulations again for the 15 finalists. Looking forward. Don't forget that we will be here Saturday from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. Singapore time. You can watch us YouTube live on our YouTube channel, and we will share the links on all our medias. And that's it. I think we talked enough, Kenneth. Let's go and then prepare more to make this a very amazing experience for everyone. And yeah, thank you for what you do, Kenneth. I have to say that life, I have to appreciate that I have a partner now. I have been bootstrapping and doing things for the last 4 years alone on my platforms and in my brands, and continue to do that. But I have to say that when I do a project with Kenneth, it's always easier because we kind of complement each other. And I do the people part, he does all the preparations and all the parts that he's the best at. And I think that's the best thing in having a diverse startup, having a diverse collaboration, that you don't have to be there for everything, and you don't have to be good in everything, because your partner will complement the weaknesses and you will complement their weaknesses. So that's how it works in a balanced world. And I'm really thankful for you, Kenneth,
Yeah.
for complimenting me and this project. And yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, and the same thing goes back to you, because like you mentioned, right, you've been doing it solo. I've been doing this solo for the past 6 years. It's a lonely journey, but having you, right, I think we complement each other perfectly. We have our strength, weaknesses, we recognize, we complement each other. And also I think the most important thing, right, is to to hold the fort, right, whenever any one of us. So at least if we are doing it solo, right, it's really hard when we are down or we are not unwell or we have really something urgent to go to. We don't have someone to really look after. But I think both of us we share a lot of things in similar that is similar, and our vision are also the same. Like for you, you are into no labels. For me, I'm championing women. I think when we come together, right, we really speak for the diverse startup like 50-50. And also if we want to change more lives, I think our part, like we 50 plus 50, it adds up to 100, right? So that I think the power of a diverse startup is to we are be able to bring something that most single or maybe most startup may not be able to deliver, because we can see things from both sides. We can cover more market or even 100% of the market itself. So I think this is also something that why we both of us are very good role models, or I would say testimonial for the female founder competition, because it started from us. The intention is 50-50, and that's why we hope that we will invite get more diverse startup that will be joining us for next year in Asia Pac. And I'm really excited because from all the mentoring session to the pre-pitch, we are really excited seeing the quality of them. We can't wait to showcase the female founder, the 15 of them, together with our judges this coming Saturday.
Yes, so thank you for watching us. Thank you for being here. And please, if you're watching this later, then if you are still before Saturday, then tune in and watch us on Saturday, and watch and support and encourage throughout the competition the female founders who are pitching. It's all about support, and it's all about that we are better together. I always believe that people are lifting people. It's you can be alone, but at the end, we are all DNA is like based on appreciation, and we need that for keep going and motivating ourselves. So please come and be an honest cheerleader for all the 15 finalists, and we are looking forward to see you. And yeah, I think that's the end of the live for today, and we are so happy and looking forward to see you Saturday afternoon.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you. Bye
See you guys
bye.
on Saturday. Bye bye.